Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys new here on my channel, my name is Alison and welcome back to my channel. So if you guys like to watch foundation review, make sure to subscribe down below and also click that ring bell button so that you can get a notification whenever I upload a video on my channel. So without further ado, let's get started on the foundation review. So this week for the foundation review, we'll be testing on this Diorskin Forever Undercover 24 hours wear full coverage fresh weightless foundation. This is a high pigment water-based foundation and the shade I got is 021 and also got a sample size of the 015 right here to see which color match on my skin tone. So on this foundation, it retails for $52 on Sephora website, and this is in a size 1.3 fluid ounce and it's a little bit slightly more than the 1 fluid ounce of what typical foundation comes in. So now let's get on the foundation review and see how this foundation shade match on my skin tone. Let's get onto the shade that I got in this foundation. I got a shade in 21, but it wasn't a perfect match on my face. So I also got a little sample here in the shade 015. So this is something that I want to try out and see how they match on my skin tone. Okay, so let's get onto the foundation shade, and here I got the shade in 021 and this is not the perfect match for me. So I also got a sample size in a 015. They are very nice in Nordstrom. They give me a little sample size to try out, and actually I feel like this would last me for a very long time in this size. This is what the packaging looks like. It has the plastic finish bottle, and on the cap it's just a basic Dior foundation cap. They have it on their foundation and it looks very nice. It wasn't as cheap, but I would say this is bottle. I would say it's easy to travel with. And on the top part of the cap, it has the Dior logo. It's a CD. So when you open the cap, it's just a really basic squeeze bottle. It doesn't come with a pump. And also I have a little tips for you guys. If you guys want to match your foundation on your own in store, you guys should put the foundation from your face to your neck color so that you can see how it blends to your two different color skin tone. And also you can just walk around in the store and see if it oxidizes on you. If you do, you might have to go a shade lighter. And other tips is put it on your forehead. Put it across on your forehead and see how it match with your forehead, because on your forehead you may have a darker skin tone than your face color. And also make sure you go with a bare face, you don't have any foundation on, so it's easier for you to try it on. Now here I'm putting the shade 15. This is what the two shade looks like. So I would say I don't have a perfect match on this foundation because 21 it looks slightly too dark and orange on my skin tone, and I would say the closest one is 15, but then when you blend it down and see it on my forehead, it looks super ashy on my skin tone. So I'm just gonna mix this two color. Unfortunately, I can't work it out on just one shade right here. The majority of the color I'll be putting this 15 shades and then mixing a little bit on the 21 shades right here. For primer today, as usual, I'll be using this Rimmel London Stay Matte Primer. I'm gonna apply it with my damp sponge. Now I'm applying, let's talk about how this foundation it does and what it claims to be. So this foundation is a full coverage and it's good for all skin type, even though you have oily or dry skin. And the finish this foundation it gives you, it's gonna give you a matte finish. And this is a 24 hours full coverage water-based foundation, so you feel lightweight. This water-based foundation, it just gives you a very lightweight formula to deliver a natural matte finish that goes from day to night. With all the claims, it feels like this is a foundation that will be good for oily skin people, I feel like. This is one layer of foundation and I feel like I look super washed out, ashy looking. So I'm gonna take everything off now and put the majority of the color in 21 and just a little in 15 and see how it looks, because I don't like how it looks right now. It looks super washed out and looks super light on my skin. Okay, so this is the second attempt and I feel like it's a lot better than first attempt, and it's not as washed out and too light on my skin tone. I feel like it still look a little ashy on my face because with the shade 15 it does have a little ashy tone underneath, and on my skin tone it just looks washed out. So this is as best as I can get so far, and I'm gonna put the rest of my makeup. Let's check in with the time before I do the rest of my makeup. Right now the time is 3:24. So let's do a little chit chat. I haven't done it for a while. And first, I'm just gonna put my Becca Under Eye Brightener Corrector. This is my favorite product if you guys watch my favorite videos. And this is the product that I swear by it because I've been using it non-stop since I purchased it. So how are you guys' day going so far? I know I've been uploading this video in the morning, so you just start your day. And I know I've been lacking of uploads for the past 2 weeks because my parents are here, so I have to drove them everywhere. Concealer, I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape as usual. I'm almost done with this bottle, and you know this is a huge bottle and I have committed to this concealer and almost finished it. So let's do a little skin update on my skin. So if you guys watch my channel, you guys know I do break out once a while. I mean pretty often. I would say a couple days I'll have a new breakout because I have an acne prone skin. And I'll say this month I've been eating very clean and having a good eating habit. And on last week I was craving fries. I had potato corner. You guys know that's the best fries ever, and I had that in a mega size with my parents, and of course I ate the majority of it because they are not into really fried stuff. And I got a lot of breakout on my chin area. This little guy right here is underneath and I can see it's coming out huge. And I have this little guy right here, I have here, and this one I just curled right away so it didn't get very bad. And before I have fries, my skin was so clean and so smooth. I was so surprised. I really want to keep it up on taking care of my skin, but then I realized my skin is based on what I eat. I'm just gonna try to eat more healthy and clean and see if that's what it is. Other notes, I don't know if you guys know about the YouTube new policy on YouTube creator. It is insane to me because they are now not monetizing the videos on the YouTubers who doesn't have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of view on their channel. And obviously I don't have 1,000 subscribers right now, and it's just insane that they stop monetizing your video, even though I'm not getting a lot of money out of my video because I don't have a lot of views and I'm still working my way up. Really discouraging the small YouTubers who are really hardworking and really try to get into the YouTube community. I feel like if they block those people like us, it doesn't really change the fact that people uploading some videos that are not meant to be on YouTube. And I just want to say nothing can stop me because this is what I love to do. This is my hobby. And I like making videos, I like sharing my tips on beauty with you guys. Okay, so now the makeup is done, I just want to let you guys know what I've been using. I've been using this Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Loose Setting Powder on all over my face, and I use my Patrick Star MAC setting powder under eye just to set it on my under eye area because it kind of gives you the brighten effect. And for the highlighter, I use the Hourglass Neo highlighter. This is in the shade Champagne Flash. This is a very pretty color, not too light, not too dark. I like to apply this with my fingers and it looks very settled and natural on my face. So for bronzer, I use this Urban Decay Naked Skin Shape Shifter. It's very mouthful. And this is what I use on my bronzer, and Charlotte Tilbury blush in First Love for a natural settle finish. So now I'm just gonna give you my first impression on this foundation, how it feels on my face in this first 25 minutes when the foundation put it on my skin. And I feel like the finish is a very matte finish. It didn't exaggerate my pores or exaggerate my texture areas right here, but then it doesn't feel very matte that it kind of cling to my skin or like absorb my natural moisture on my face. It's matte that it's very natural and it's very lightweight. The finish of it, I'm liking it. It doesn't feel very dry and it still gives me a very nice coverage. This is more on my to-go, more natural looking of makeup of the day. And right now it's 3:49, so I've been playing with some makeup for a while, and I'll check back with you guys in 4 hours mark for a second check-in and see how this foundation reacts with my natural oil. Hi guys, I'm back for the second check-in, and now the time is 7:27, so it has been 4 hours mark. Okay, so now the natural oil has come through and it mixed with the foundation and it's looking very natural right now. And this foundation, it doesn't give me that full coverage kind of finish and that kind of feeling on my face. It doesn't feel like I have to take this makeup off right away, and it feels pretty nice as in a full coverage foundation. And now that I might look a little shiny because it kind of mixed with my natural oil, and I feel like most of the full coverage foundation that I have, I tend to get more oily because they are more on the matte finish. And I feel like the full coverage, it kind of suck out my natural moisture on my face. That's why I'm producing more oil, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna zoom you guys in a little and see how this foundation looks. And right now, it's looking very natural, very nice. It doesn't have any creasing. You can tell I definitely have this foundation on my face. It's not like a natural medium finish, so you can tell on my chin area there's foundation. And I really like how it looks on the center of my face in this 4 hours mark because it looks very natural. It smooths out my pores because with my natural oil. So far this foundation is sitting very nicely on my skin. I do have natural oil coming through, but it's not crazy that I have to take this makeup off. So usually with this kind of oil coming through, I would like to blot it and see how this foundation stay put on my face, because even though I'm out and about, I still like to touch up my face if I get this oily. And I'm not pressing it very hard, I'm pressing it very lightly just to absorb the surface of the oil. This is what one blot looks like on my oily skin, and it still looks like a fresh foundation. It doesn't smudge out any of the foundation off my face, and it's looking all new foundation. It has some matte finish and it doesn't separate on my chin area because I'm just touching it up very lightly. So right now I have to say I'm liking this foundation for this 4 hours mark, and we have to see on the 8 hours mark and see how this foundation work on my face and with my natural oil coming through, and I'll see you guys later. Okay guys, so this is the final check-in, and right now the time is 11:46. So I've been wearing this foundation for 8 hours, and I feel like every 4 hours mark I have to blot my face because my natural oil comes through it every 4 hours. What usually full coverage foundation does to my skin, they usually suck up my moisture on my face, so that's why I'm producing more oil. But then in terms of this foundation, how it wears, I would say this is a very nice foundation, very natural, yet it does give you a full coverage, and also it doesn't feel like you have a foundation on your skin even though it gives you a full coverage look. So I would say I'm liking how it wears on my face and how it feels on my face, but then it's just that my oily skin type, it kind of produces more oil if I'm lack of moisture in my skin. So this is what foundation does to my skin right now. And to be honest with you guys, today I only stayed home for the whole day, and I didn't even set up my door because it was rainy day, and I just decided to stay home and stay comfy. And in terms of how this foundation wears while I was just at home, it's just giving me a lot more oil that I have to make sure I have to check my face and blot my face. But if you guys are those person that you want a full coverage for a short term, you don't need it to stay on the whole day, then this is a foundation for you. But then again, I still have to try out more to see if this foundation just holds up like this every single day, and I'll update you guys on the description down below, and I'll let you guys know if it does change it on how it looks and feels on my face. But then I would say if you guys have another drugstore foundation or another foundation that is your holy grail, you don't have to get this foundation, because I would say this is a full coverage foundation. It feels nice, but then it does produce more oil during the day on my oily skin. So if you guys are oily skin, you guys would know what to expect if you purchase this foundation. So if I tried this foundation the other day, it does the same job. I don't think I will be keeping this foundation in my collection, because with $52 I can get a better foundation in drugstore or something that is in the mid-range of the price. So I hope this video does help you guys out on picking on this foundation. And if you guys like to watch my video, please give me a thumbs up, support your girl here, and also don't forget to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!